Alrighty then. Don't know how this one's gonna go today. Didn't get much sleep last night. Thanks to sucker
Lord
food
Sakai,
dog.
thank the gods.
The Straw Hats that Kojiro wanted me to duel are dead.
He already knew, my lord. I told you, he is no ordinary man.
You saw him again.
He came back, told me you earned death by his hand. He'll wait for you in a cave at Omi Monastery.
My own clan's territory. He'll regret that insult.
You mustn't face him. With that demon-blessed armor, he'll never tire in battle.
We'll see about that.
I'll pray for your victory.
Thanks, Baron Von Cool.
Trade is difficult.
The voice will probably wear off as I have the morning voice on right now. It's considerably deeper than it otherwise would normally be. Sometimes it happens when I get weird sleep.
Here! Hiya!
Yeah, I woke up at like 1:30. Dog was barking. All right, dog will stop barking in, you know, 5 minutes or something like that. 2 o'clock rolls around. Dog is still barking. Like, alright. I'll find out what the dog is barking at. Find out what the dog is barking at. Handle that. And then I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning. And that is enough to defeat me. Ooh, okay. Glad I did that emergency roll just in case. Would have died to that for sure. Yes, morning voice, been there, lived that. Yeah, it's a lot of that. It's a lot of that. You noticed that too, but you thought maybe you're perceiving. No, it's the morning voice. So I've been up since like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm tired.
Lord Sakai, at last.
The musician told me your armor was blessed by demons, Kojiro.
Do you believe him?
I think you should have stayed a legend.
Should have changed armors. Although it looks like I'm still actually in my melee armor. So it worked out. You're a sucker fool.
I've killed 1,000 men. Every death was sweet.
Got a lot of
Musician was
HP.
right. You are.
I'm getting robbed over here. I'm getting robbed over here. Absolutely getting
What a
robbed.
disappointment.
Look, man, I got like 3 hours of sleep, okay? Cut me some slack here, Kojiro. Alright, you're not cutting me any slack whatsoever. Alright, let's try this again. Jesus. Fall for it every time. Like, what are you...
I've killed 1,000 men.
What are you aiming at, man?
Was sweet.
The musician was right. You are a demon.
Ooh.
Not a demon or a ghost. Just a man.
I'm trying to punish this guy a little bit more than some of the other fights that I've done. And it's just not working out.
I've killed 1,000 men. Every death was sweet.
Like right there, I just
Right.
get destroyed. I deserved none of that.
I haven't enjoyed killing this much in years.
Alright, this guy's very tough. He also has a lot of HP, actually.
I've killed 1,000 men. Every death was sweet.
The musician was right. You are a demon.
I blocked that. Oh. What was that? I've never seen him do that.
Are you the one who finally killed me?
Is that what you want?
Got him with the heavenly strike. Oof. I don't know what I was thinking leaving this for the first thing in the freaking morning, man. Alright, Kensei armor. Moderate increase to resolve gains. Ghost weapons deal 15% more damage. Striking an enemy with a ghost weapon causes that enemy deal 25% less damage and receive 25% more damage. Oh. I like the end result. I don't really like the bonuses. I'm not really feeling this armor. Honestly, I should probably use this one more. I think the Ronin is pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. And Traveler is my go-to. I just don't see a use for the Kensei armor. Even Gosaku's armor, you don't really see a great use for. A headband. That one doesn't look half bad. Turn. What was this down here? Hey, that one has the symbol on it. Nice. Ah, it was that. Alrighty. Well, that was probably the hardest fight in the game. Oh. You know, I saw that glowing and I was like, what even would that be? Thank you for officiating this fight. There are actual bats in this cave. That's crazy. Okay. Something I've been thinking about. I finally wrote down some ideas, or not ideas, some thoughts on the game yesterday. And sometimes when I go about that, my thoughts kind of change the way I want to play games. Because, you know, I'm starting to put into words where I'm going with a game, I suppose, and how I feel about it, and what I want to do, and what I'm most interested in. And it's, once again,
Lord
just
Sakai, is that you?
a revisit of, do I actually want to do everything on this map? I don't know.
I'm surprised you recognized me. It's been a long time.
We haven't seen you since
The duel with the Ronin.
a day not easily forgotten.
Lord Shimura wanted to make peace. The Ronin had other ideas.
Your uncle did plenty for us over the years to make up for it. But enough of the past. What brings you here, Lord Sakai?
These people from Omi village. Do you really intend to keep them out?
We're not fighters, my lord. If the Mongols come for the refugees, we can't defend ourselves.
Lord Shimura is safe and amassing a force to retake his home. The Khan has more pressing concerns than this temple. You have nothing to worry about. You're safe. If the Mongols attack, I'll defeat them.
I understand, my lord. With your promise of protection, we'll be happy to give these people a safe place to stay. Come inside, but Please leave all belongings or livestock near the gate. These are holy grounds. Please treat them with respect.
Are all welcome. Hey Dante, thank you very much for the boost. Did notice that boost. I was like, what this boost doing right now? Ain't boost time. I ain't ready to be boosted. Remember back in the day, being boosted meant someone else leveled your character? Or someone carried you through arena or PvP or raids. I remember those days. I remember them. Okay, so I feel pretty good about yesterday in the sense of carving out all of the coast, I guess, except for that. And I like that. It makes the map feel a lot smaller than it actually is. There's just so much to do. So little time. Okay. So, how about I work my way from the top for now. Actually, a huge problem in the PvP community right now. Boosts are as big as they've ever been. Oh. Are boosts like ever really a problem? Well, in that sense, I guess. Alright, I'm very curious what you're going to do. Okay. You're gonna do that. Well done, Fox. Well done. The more I've been watching Max's stream, the more I've been getting a general idea of kind of what the World of Warcraft community is looking for in their experiences, I suppose. Oh my goodness. That looks so nice. Is that? That is that. That looks so nice. Where was I going with this? Oh, there's even a bench. These moments right here. Just looks nice. Just looks real nice. Love the red, like the splash of red, the blue on top, and the green like all up in your face. Little splashes of green over here. Then like in the very center, sort of down, there's just a small dab of purple. You got the blue water, man. Then you got this little triangle of geometry sticking out right here. Who knows what that's supposed to be? Only problem because of the sheer amount of people doing boosting versus people normally trying to rank up. It's killed the middle rank community numbers pretty bad. That's where I was gonna eventually find my thoughts. I stopped goofing around with my thoughts. I've heard a lot of people are having... Alright, you're doing that again. I don't know why you're doing that. Hearing a lot of people are having difficulties with that section of the game because they're running into a lot of highly geared people.
Who will face me first?
In an area where, you know, you probably shouldn't be that geared. Oh, it's a very fascinating... I am the worst. Whoa, where did you come from? You're a sword guy. Oh, I didn't even do that. There is actually something here. Yeah, I can see the cricket over here. Cool. My controller is still rumbling. Only when I get over here. Well, it's rumbling pretty loud now. Aha. It's just super discouraging for the 1400 to 1600 ranking 2v2s or 3v3s to run into people in full mythic that has an actual rank of 2400 plus. They just get crushed. I get ya. I understand that. I do. Smalls Biggie. Your name is a reference. It's a very specific reference to a very specific rapper from New York. I approve. Taco food chain assassination, man. Your real name is Christopher Wallace. That's crazy. Oops. That was also crazy. Where's my chain assassination? Like, come on, man. Yeah. Can't have nice things. What a name to have. Be named Christopher Wallace. And then have the I don't want to say the gall. I just want to say like the interest, the desire to then name yourself after I also don't want to say like public figure either. Somebody who's well known. I'm about to die. That particular part is just kind of cool. Could be an homage, could be a respect thing, could just be that you think it's cool. But no matter what, it just ends up being cool. All right, let's try this again. Food birds. Why am I? Oh my god. That's sucklefoot bird. There are multiple birds. You're a small white guy, though, but he is the GOAT. Still pretty awesome. I approve. Glad to have a few more rap fans in the chat. Like, all I do is make rap references, and nobody, and I mean nobody, gets them. I don't make too many Biggie references, though. Oh, suckerful. Oh, suckerful. very clear to me that I cannot play fair. Because stuff like that happens. What's going on? I still think it's the Suckafu Hawk. Not gonna waste an arrow on it though. Hey, extra epic otter. That is the only other person who to get my rap references. How fortunate for me that I can't think of any right now. That's fine, because it's all good, baby, baby. There we go. That one was topical, too. Not every day you get one of those. Oh, so I mentioned that I've been awake since like 1:30 in the morning. Went to sleep around 10:30, 11 or so. So you know, the sleep value is definitely not there. But one thing that did creep up this morning, since I was awake the entire time, was a particular subject that I haven't, you know, I don't have much experience with anymore. That's the Joe Budden podcast. I haven't listened to the Joe Budden podcast for a long time. Probably don't have much interest in listening to it anymore, but you know, if there was a podcast that I would want to listen to again, and felt like I had the time for it and stuff like that, you know, maybe I would go with that one. Who knows? Anyways, some drama occurred that I wish I caught on to a lot sooner. Apparently, I don't know, several weeks ago. Well, let me provide a little bit of backstory in case people don't know. Joe Budden does a podcast with two other people. There's your backstory. Now, apparently several weeks ago, those two other people that he did the podcast with, you know, they had some differences, and those two people took a break from the podcast. So Joe Budden brought two other people to fill in those slots while they were gone, and you know, life moved on. Then the people that took a break came back. They were there for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then they took another break. This happened one more time where they came back, and the day, I guess, is the day of the new release, or the scheduled release, however you want to describe it. You know, the episode comes out today, and they're not on it. And turns out there's this whole drama going on that honestly, I don't know the whole extent of it, but in a nutshell, they were part of the podcast. They wanted to know some finances that were involved with the podcast. Joe was like, nah, That's not how we do things around here. And I guess they walked off because of that. And that's just some crazy stuff right there. That is some crazy stuff. Love drama like that. So good. So that was probably the best thing to come out of this morning, is I got to listen to that podcast and how Joe Budden was just going crazy, as he normally does, on just that particular subject of, you know, kind of what happened. He fired somebody, how, you know, the questions that they were asking just change the way the dynamic goes. You know, interesting stuff. I don't recommend, you know, diving into the subject or anything.
You should be here, Uncle. When the island's free, we'll spend a week soaking in these waters.
But that was probably the best part come out of it. And like the podcast, you know, was deleted and stuff like that, and people were uploading it to all these other sites. It was just crazy. You notice that people that are movie and game geeks like yourself aren't always into hip-hop. But when they are, it's usually the old classic stuff, at least from your experience, which you think is really cool. Yeah, the old stuff is... Oh, you already killed the bear. I personally think it's very understandable, you know, in my own personal feelings, that the old music is type of music that people would gravitate to more.
That's my noble.
But I also think it's an age thing. If you are of the younger crowd, you know, maybe you were born in the early to late 2000s. Perhaps you didn't get to kind of grow up with the music that was around then, so you didn't really get to get a good feeling for it. Is that? It definitely helps to grow up with, like, the music that you like. I think it's a very, best way to put it. It's a big influence, I suppose, maybe, on what you like. You know, the type of cartoons, type of movies. Maybe some other external influences, such as what your parents like, what your parents let you listen to, what they don't let you listen to. I remember I had a friend who his parents didn't want him listening to any sort of, you know, rambunctious music, perhaps. And he kind of snuck out and bought the Marshall Mathers LP. And he eventually felt really bad about it, and he told his dad about it and whatnot. And, you know, they had a bonding moment there. But he wasn't really allowed to listen to that kind of stuff. Whereas me, My mom listened to rap music. My dad listened to rap music. So it's a kind of a natural progression there that, you know, it's decently likely that I would listen to rap music as well. And I did. And I like it a lot. Or I liked it a lot. I don't know where I'm at with rap as it has progressed, of course. But it was a fascinating genre of music. It really wasn't like any other type of music out there. Kind of, I want to say it resonates with me, but you know, I think a common criticism of rap music is they're not really talking about anything, and I think that's true for some music out there, but I also think that that's not a problem exclusive to rap. There's a country song. Ooh, that's actually not too bad. I don't think it should be a major charm, but no, that's actually pretty good. I saw that there was a thingamabobber up here. There's a country song called, well, I don't know what it's called. And honestly, I haven't really listened to it that much, but I'm going to talk about it anyways. And the hook, the chorus, the claim to fame of said song talks about how there is a barbecue stain white t-shirt. And you can make all the arguments you want about how it makes sense, why it's important. But honestly, there is no relevance to the stains on your t-shirt. I feel like it's because it often focused on them making it personal and had a lot of passion put into it, so they tend to connect to it better. That's the thing. You were born in 2001. Well, I said it has a lot to do with, you know, you can always be the anomaly, or you could stand out from the crowd. You know, that's a thing. And plus, there's plenty of music in the early 2000s that were, you know, still looked at as traditional rap, even if the genre was changing at that point. Fortress of Strength. I don't remember what we're talking about here, but we're gonna go with this one, Fortress of Strength. Reveal the inner weakness, journey's path known. Protection. I like the reveal the inner weakness. To the goal. Pushing past failure. Viewing the future. Go with this one.
A fortress of strength. Reveal the inner weakness. Rushing past failure.
Preservation. This is a really nice spot, actually. If I had space on my PS4, I would be taking screenshots. But I had to delete game installs for my PS4 to download the update for this game. Which, you know, admittedly is not a very pricey thing or anything like that. I'd rather go to these three. I think the download was only like 4 gigs. I only needed to delete 1 game. But I deleted more anyways. Yeah, we already did the Turtle Rock Shrine. Now you agree, even if you didn't necessarily grow up in the environment as Eminem or Dr. Dre or any of those classic rappers, you can still feel the passion and creativity they put in their music. And you definitely admire what they did.
Challenge me.
That reminds me, I was listening to... I don't know how I got to... Oh, I remember how I got to this point. But, I'm trying to figure out the format for this YouTube video that I'm working on. I'm getting destroyed. And I'm trying to look for inspiration elsewhere of formats that either I've previously seen or formats that I could replicate in my own kind of style. And there's one particular person on YouTube, goes by the name of Justin Hunt, or the Company Man. He used to do some stuff for Hip Hop DX called like the GOAT series, basically. And he has a fascinating format that I really, really like, and I would love to replicate that somehow in the gaming space. As difficult.
The shrine has been desecrated. Who did this?
As it sounds. Do that yet. But that eventually led me down the path of an Eminem track called The Sauce, which is a diss track to Benzino, who was a very prominent figure with The Source magazine back in the day, which was a really big deal. And I listened to that, I feel like for the first time. And I was kind of blown away at that song. That was a good track. A perfect kind of description or evaluation. Just a perfect moment where you can hear the storytelling, you can feel the passion and the anger of what this person is describing and still follow along. It was great.
I lost good friends on the beach. Kasa, Matsuda, Hongo. I won't forget what you sacrificed for our home.
That's also Eminem. Eminem is a wordsmith. let's go do this. Storage is even worse on the Switch. I don't have too many digital games on the Switch. Not yet. This is very strange. In a maze, but no, I'm not. I think I will probably be resorting to more digital downloads as time goes on. Specifically for games that I want to play right away. I think that's the important distinction. Is especially with Trails of Cold Steel 4, that game came like at 6 or 7 o'clock at night. I was ready to play it at 5 a.m. in the morning. So that wait was just insanity. Guessing that's a banner. It is a banner. I'll go ahead and grab that. Is there a technique for banners? There needs to be one of these for banners. That's why I usually get physical games when you can. You actually own physical copies of Skies of Arcadia, Paper Mario, The Thousand Year Door, Beyond Good and Evil, among other GameCube games, since Nintendo is most likely not going to do a Game Pass like feature. Trying to guess what Nintendo is going to do is probably one of the most difficult things you could possibly do. They don't behave like other companies out there. Or for better and for worse. So it's probably a good idea to err on the side of caution. Well, I was going to bow to this one anyways, but there's a sign right there. This type of stuff I just love. Got frogs. Do I want to go this way first? Do I want to go the other way first? I'm mostly a physical games type of person as well. Although mostly just for the fact that I like to have the game. Less because, you know, I want quote ownership of the game or I want to play it whenever I want to, or I don't want the fear of the download servers going away. It has very little to do with that, although, you know, that certainly does play a part. I just like having physical, tangible copies of things. comes to digital stuff, it just doesn't feel correct. But as time goes on, you know, I run out of more space to allow for physical copies. I'm running into certain time restrictions. Oof. With, you know, deliveries and things like that. So games that I feel are very important for me, or the games that I really want to play, are definitely games that I can't rely on other methods. You know, I gotta download it, which sucks, because, you know, those are the games that I would really want to be physicals, the games that I really want to play, games that interest me the most. Arrows are silent on impact. Well, this has only been an issue for me a couple of times. Very situational, Major Charm. Extremely. And it would be nice if they'd actually make a Game Pass feature. Like, they could easily revisit your childhood of Wii and DS, 3DS games that way. So they've... I don't necessarily know if they'll ever do a Game Pass. Well, actually, they kind of have sort of something with their Game Pass. Or, not Game Pass, but they kind of have sort of something where the Nintendo Switch Online gives you stuff, games.